mind went off the ground. Heartbreak is inevitable. Heartache, well, it comes and it goes. Mistakes, we learn and we grow. If we don't try, then we'll never know. Gravity, you keep on pulling me down, down, down. Honestly, out of mind, get off the ground, ground. Heartbreak is inevitable. Heartache, well, it comes and it goes. Mistakes, we learn and we grow. If we don't try, we'll never know. You and I, can we make something beautiful? You and I, whichever way the wind blows, ain't no mind to the time before. You and I, forever know. You and I. Forever know. You and I. Oh, you and I. Forever know. You and I. Gravity, you keep on pulling me down, down, down. Honestly, out of mind, went off the ground, ground. Heartbreak is inevitable.
What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. It's Tuesday, right? It's Tuesday. I get confused, bro. I don't know what day it is anymore. Look at these lovely faces on here. What's up, Dylan? Y'all in Maui? How's Maui holding it down over there? You guys good?
The weather was terrible. Everybody came out here and then had bad weather, but today it's sunny, so everybody's stoked. Beautiful day outside.
It's like, I'm going to Hawaii and you show up, it's raining for 3 days. Like, damn. Really, I could have stayed at home for this. But hey, remember this. It only rains for like 10 minutes, bro. And then it's sunny again. So just got like 10-minute spurts. You're good, man. Every 10, 15 minutes, you're golden. What's up, Magnuson Group? Look at everybody in a hotel room. I like it. This is pretty conspicuous. Everybody in a hotel room. I love it. Y'all know you're at the Maui event. Awesome, awesome. Linda, what's up, Linda? Florida side. Good to see your face smiling after all those things you went through.
Yes, thank you. It's 80 degrees today. It's beautiful.
Oh, rub it in. Rub it in. It's like 37 over here. Sun's out, but it's super misleading. Because just because the sun's out, it don't mean nothing. So, what's up, Brandy? How you doing, my dear? Good to see you.
Good.
Cindy Griffey. Kristen, what's up, my dear? And then we got the wizard, Woods Davis, on today. Dude, I'm excited, bro. Excited for Woods Davis today. These guys are wizards, straight magicians. Let's see who's on there. Let's see, got that there. Okay, meet that. Cool. All right. Well, let's get started here. Kelly Furler. I don't see your camera on, dear. I'm gonna call you out every time. What's up, sweet? Oh, I want to say something else, but what's up, my dear? It's my girlfriend. I can say that. Hi, sweetie. Good to see you there. She's on silent mute. She's not talking. But
Hi, baby.
Hi there. I'm still in bed. All right, Kelly. What time is it in Hawaii right now? All right. We'll give you a break. It's 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. All right. It's realtor time. I love it. All right. As these people keep flowing in here, let's tell me something good. What we got going on? We've had a week of amazing stuff. Tell me something good that's exciting in your life right now. I want to hear something. Brandy's got a beautiful view there. Thanks for sharing that, Brandy. That always inspires me. What we got? Carl Lewis on here too, the guy with the best hair in the world. I love it. Paul Locatelli from Santa Cruz, hold it down. What we got? Somebody jump out and say something exciting.
Hey,
Jasmine and I have a listing that went live today that we actually handle renovations on. So we help the sellers we redid the kitchen, redid bathrooms, all of that. So we actually do that with our own money too. So
whoa,
really exciting one. So anyone looking in Mililani Malka, 4-bedroom, 2-bath, just went live today.
I love it. Congratulations. It's like an HGTV thing you got going on over there. Flip this house. Love it or list it. It's I love it. I love it. Good job for you guys, man. That's awesome. Make sure you share photos of that. The progress of your remodel. I'd love to see it.
I'll put the web landing page in the chat.
Absolutely. Perfect. Or jump it on the stream too. If you're in the classroom, people are looking at that. Plug it in the stream. People use the stream. That's what it's there for. You guys all can communicate. Awesome. Yeah, look at you. I don't know how to do that. All right, come on, guys. I'm the worst tech person in the world, and I figured it out. It's because I had an amazing girlfriend show me how to do it. So I'll just be honest. Linda, go for it, my dear.
We had a challenging last few months with the hurricane, and we were coming up on our anniversary, and we were so close to Icon, and we were really working it hard. So we had a client buy a $930,000 home, and then they listed their house, and we double-ended $1.425 million. And then we were $23 short, and we found rental that we weren't paid on, and we just made it.
Oh, good for you guys. Look at that. I got to figure out how to do that, by the way. I don't know how to monitor that, obviously, because I don't even do real estate anymore. But I'd like to see, how are you guys tracking that Icon thing? How do you know where you're at, like what level you're at, how many more deals you got left to do? That's inquiring minds want to know. So I hate to even put that out there, but I don't know that. So just if you can help a brother out.
Rob understands it because there's different percentages for different things. So he's good at it.
Yeah, Dylan, I'm sure you got a spreadsheet for that, brother. If you could share it and spare brother some love, I'd love you for that. Kind of hook me up. I love it. Just because I can know what's going on, I just want to see where I'm at in the status for the team and say, hey, this is how you do this. Not for myself. Yeah. Anyways, congratulations, Linda. Icon 2023. I love it. Good for you. And don't forget, today at 2:00 Pacific, 12 Hawaii, we are doing a live interview of the Icon conversation interview from our icons from 2022. So it's exciting. Y'all need to plug in on that and hear the tidbits, nuggets, and all the things they're doing to be successful. So look forward to that today. Anybody else want to shout out something? What's up, Bo Benjamin? Drive safe, my friend.
How's it going, man?
Good,
good. Just got out of a long lunch, recruitment lunch. I'm doing pretty good. The guy, I'm sending him the video. I think he's going to sign up, man.
I love that. That's actually a good. I love that conversation when you hear that. A good recruiting appointment. Good for you. Congratulations. I love it. This is the year for 2023, man. We're going to build. Let's grow. Let's grow. Good job. All right. Anybody else before we move on? No. Bueller going once, twice, 3 times. All right. We're on to the mortgage minute. Carl Lewis, buddy, my friend. How are we doing on interest rates? Are we back to 2.2%? Because I'd say the market would be great if we were.
Yeah, we're on our way. Slowly but surely we're seeing rates kind of, come down. I don't think we'll see that, at least not anytime soon. But I do firmly believe that we're going to hit 5% sometime this year. Of course, I don't have a crystal ball, so can't really make 100% predictions. But just with everything that's going on with inflation and there's, some news coming up here. Actually, I'll, do my normal little slide.
Yeah. Show us your screens. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, we've got the Fed meeting on Wednesday. So just kind of to show you guys here, see if it pops up there. There's a little bigger screen this time, I think.
Yeah, there we go.
If that helps. Yeah, so this is our rate update. Again, if you guys are interested in getting added to that. Actually, here's some exciting news, maybe, so don't hold me to it just yet. But I've been working on a deal to be able to lend in all 50 states. So if I'm able to do that, I'll definitely be letting you guys know for sure. Because right now I'm California, Tennessee. But yeah, so historical mortgage rates we're looking at since January, or right beginning of January, first of the year, through the end of this month. So we got 1 month, on the books. So today's the last day, really, that you could, or tomorrow would be the last day you could really say Happy New Year. The rates have gone from like 6.5 to 6.2, so I've dropped about 0.25% in rate. I'll upload this to the cloud so you guys can see it. So we're not going to see rates again. We're not going to see rates going just down. They're going to go up and down. And the Fed's actually meeting today, and then they're going to have an announcement tomorrow. And we expect them to do a 1/4 point rate increase, which again, you guys, their 1/4 point increase is on, it's not mortgage rates. It's on consumer debt, like cars and credit cards and lines of credit and student loans, stuff like that. But as they increase those rates, it actually puts pressure on inflation to come down, which then gives us that higher probability of actually mortgage interest rates coming down. It's really going to come down to more so not that they're doing the 1/4 point increase tomorrow, but that they're going to be talking tough. You know, we have employment numbers that are going to actually be coming in on Friday. So a little bit flip-flopped. But that data, the employment data, is really what the Fed and economies, like some of the biggest economists, are hanging their hats on, that we're not into a recession. We're not going to have a recession, which I believe we will have a recession if we're not already in one. A lot of people, share that same sentiment. So, so I think if the Fed talks tough tomorrow, that they're going to continue with, putting pressure on the economy. That could actually make interest rates go up a little bit. You know what I mean? We see that sometimes where, we might have a favorable result, in terms of a smaller increase in the Fed funds rate, but then the market actually reacts a little negatively because Jerome Powell, the Federal Reserve Chairman, says, hey, we're not going to let up, right away. And then the bond market reacts to that. So don't be surprised if we see a little bit of an increase in rates, even if we see the result that we want tomorrow. And just, some information I always like to share. One, and I've really embodied this over the last year, but just being the expert in your field, I think that's really important for real estate agents. Do your homework, do your research. Sean was on the call. I know him personally because his office is right next to mine. But he was on the call last week. He's really big on that too. I've noticed, and Chris as well. Just knowing what's going on in general, and that Altos research that Sean uses, I use that too. And just really just kind of knowing what's going on nationally, but even more importantly, knowing what's going on in your market, right? So actually, on here, I'm just going back to the this was the rate hike. So for unemployment, we're hoping that unemployment actually goes up a little bit. That'll help the rates. But kind of knowing your market. So first off, knowing just overall real estate market as a whole. So everybody was talking about a crash and maybe this and that. Well, Case-Shiller came out with the home price index. And so did FHFA came out with their own. And it's actually not that daunting, right? So month over month, we're down 0.6%. We're really down at the most down 5% from the peak of where home prices were. And annually, we're still seeing that there was an increase of 7.7%. This is based on November too. So I don't know if you guys are feeling it, but the lead count's starting to go up. We track our leads, where they come from, how many we get, all that stuff. And we've seen a pretty large lift in the last week. So we're starting to see that demand kind of pick up. So I don't know, this whole situation of, this being a quote bubble, I don't think it's a bubble. I think it's a window. I think it's an opportunity for home buyers to take advantage of this window and forget, thinking of it as a bubble, because they're going to be able to get a really good deal on a home right now where they don't have to compete as much. So check this out. And this is actually from Altos Research. So you guys could subscribe to this too. This is really more for a real estate agent, but I like it because I want to know your side of it a little bit too. This is Sacramento, California. If you notice here, it's seller's market. It's not a buyer's market. It feels like a buyer's market because it's not 100% seller's market, but technically, based on the data, our market is actually a seller's market. This gives you just some good information about the median list price, median price of new listings. You put any zip code in here, and Sean or Chris could actually get you logged onto this. I pulled one for Honolulu, Hawaii as well. Also, slight seller's advantage, a little bit more on the buyer side, but still a slight seller's advantage. So, everybody's saying it's total buyer's market. Based on the data, technically it's not. It just feels like a buyer's market, much more so than it was before. But check this out. So this is for a single family residence. You pull up a condo in Hawaii, now you're starting to get more into that buyer's market, right? This is stuff that you could share. If you're in Hawaii, you could share this with your home buyers. They're buying a condo. Hey, look, maybe we can negotiate a little bit more. We can ask for credits because they're more likely to get it because there's a little more power in the buyer's corner. So yeah, just with that, I encourage you guys, and I'm always trying to learn and grow every day too. I know that's how I love Chris and Marissa, because I know that's how they are as well. but just trying to really learn and be the expert in your field, because the home buyers and sellers are really going to appreciate that. And then one last thing. So I know you're big on the book, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
I just read a book, and you guys might add this to your quiver, but I loved it. And it's called Atomic Habits.
Yes.
So a lot of you may have already heard it. Maybe you already
Great book.
Like, oh my gosh, game changer. Such a great book. So you might add that to your
Absolutely. I think we should. It's a great segue from some of the 10X rule books, the compound effect book, relentless book. The Atomic Habit is literally another explosive power charge. So absolutely, Carl.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that. It's great
thanks
data.
again for having me, you guys. I really appreciate you. Appreciate your team, Chris.
Absolutely. Appreciate you. You're always bringing some value to us. Thank you every week. And I think we do. I think across the board, actually, Marissa was saying this too, about like a lot of properties are going pending like really quick right now. So we're seeing a lot of that. So the market is not like dying by any means, everybody. We're definitely still there. The heartbeat is alive. So thanks for sharing that. Awesome. All right. A couple of things I want to do before we move on to our special guest. Two things. One, just keep Shireen in your prayers for some things, obviously, just FYI, if you guys can, for her. And two, July 10th through 12th is the Build Conference. We need to get everybody to go to the Build Conference. Last year, how many people we have, Dylan? Was like 80-ish that we went to the Build in Texas. All right. This year, we're going to shoot for 150 people to build. So 150 of us are going to go to Build this year. I'm going to start promoting it. We're going to put it out there. The link is already out there. You can reserve your room, reserve your tickets. It's ready to go July 10th to 12th in San Antonio, Texas. San Antonio, Texas this year. If you have not yet been to a Brent Gove Build event, you got to go to Build. That's all I got to tell you. Hands down, drop the microphone. There's no more conversation. End of discussion, exclamation point, done. Okay, I can't go any further. Anyways, awesome. All right, so today, I spent a couple of days in Puerto Rico last week it's an amazing group of guys, man. I tell you what, I was blown away by these guys, literally by just what they had in content. I honestly, in the beginning, I was hesitant to go out woods, and I'm telling you right now, I was kind of hesitant to go. I was like, ClickFunnels, yeah, whatever. I don't need to know about ClickFunnels. And I just was like, whatever. But I went out there, and they laid out an entire roadmap designed specifically on how these guys do it. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't think nobody else in this business is doing it like they are doing it, and they have it all figured out down to a science. This is the four horsemen, man. Albie Stasek, Michael Reese, Jay Kinder, and Woods Davis. Today, I was grateful enough while I caught Woods in a little conversation on the sidebar after we were done with the meeting. I said, hey, would you mind coming out and doing a little meeting with us, the team? He's like, yeah, sure. So just a great guy and a brilliant guy. These guys together combined, I was blown away. So without further ado, Woods, I appreciate your time today, coming on and sharing. And also another thing is like, well, what do you want me to talk about? And honestly, this is a hard conversation to do in 45 minutes, to be honest. I'm like, ClickFunnels is the thing. They have a great, huge, vast like space of ClickFunnel. So either you're going to get it, you don't know it, or you know it and you want to know more of it. So I was like, Woods, whatever you can do to lay out some stuff, man, in 45 minutes, rock it. And, but take it away, Woods. I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Chris, thanks, man. And I love your guys' group. I love the fact that you guys are getting together like this. This is awesome. So I commend you guys for that. So real quick, just, when Chris was asking me what I could share that would be the most value, he calls it ClickFunnels. I just call it funnels. I don't even use ClickFunnels, the tool. But when I think about a funnel, I really just think about a series of like marketing systems and really having a system for marketing to drop people into a sales process. And so I've always just applied that framework of thinking to my businesses. When I first got into the real estate business, I was just a real estate investor, and I developed a singular skill. In fact, I didn't develop it. I stole it. I partnered with a guy who had that skill, and he taught me the skill, and it was short sales. We learned how to negotiate short sales really well. And so that skill, we focused on creating systems around our business so we could, flip a lot of houses as investors. And we were able to scale that with marketing and creating a funnel and creating a system to between 2009, 2013 was able to do a little over 5,000 short sales. And I'm still alive to tell the story. I don't want to ever do 5,000 short sales ever again, or a single short sale ever again for that matter, right? But the point is that, you know, when you discover like a marketing system, it scales. And what I'll share with you guys is that, you know, I'll share with you maybe a little bit on the production side, something that I feel like might be tactical and might be helpful for your production business. And then I'll also maybe show you how that can translate over to the agent attraction side and how you can use those unique skills to attract other agents, because that's literally all we do. You know, I've been fortunate enough to build a significant downline. I did just drop below 40 FLQAs. So my 7th level just got unlocked. So we're turning the funnel back on. In fact, that was our meeting this morning. It was like, hey, we need to turn the funnel back on. But that's the cool thing, is like when you got a funnel, you can turn it on and off like a water faucet. You can turn it up and down, you know? And so, you know, my degree of confidence is extremely high that, you know, that there's not a problem that can't be fixed with a great marketing and sales funnel. So with that being said, I've got a few things that I'll maybe share with you guys that I think would be helpful. And is it okay if I share my screen, Chris? And share?
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. So there's like little square down there with the arrow store.
Okay, and everybody can hear me okay? Give me a thumbs up.
Yeah.
You guys are good? We're good. We're all tracking? Okay, right for that. Okay, so let me just share a window right here. And I'm going to just pull up this little slide from a presentation. This is actually a presentation that we give at a live workshop. And okay, cool. So everybody can see this. And this is kind of like, this is the phases that I believe. I think this is just the winning formula right now. And I'll give you guys the tactical implementation of this on the production side and the agent attraction side. But to me, this is like just the absolute hands down formula to win. And I believe any business. You know, I built multiple 7-figure businesses, 1, 2, 8-figure businesses with this exact framework, and we follow it every time. But it really comes down to these 5 phases. The first phase is just nailing your offers. And I'll explain a little bit about what that is. But basically, there's 2 factors that come down to your offers, and it's quantity and quality. If there's a problem in your business right now, you're either not making enough offers, or the quality of your offers is not good enough. You can make offers simply by calling expireds and FSBOs. That's an offer, right? There's a quantity of offers. I don't cold call. I don't do that. I pay Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube to make offers for me. I create content. We run ads. And so I pay for that. But regardless, like, offers are being made in the marketplace. And so the first question that I would ask myself if I was you is like, how many offers am I putting out into the marketplace? And then finally, what is the quality of my offers? And usually the quality of those offers is elastic to the audience. So one of the things that I learned from a mentor, one of the greatest marketers ever, he said, this guy, he's the only guy that was able to successfully send direct mail to the phone book. His name's Gary Halbert. Okay. These are the kind of nerdy guys that I like to get into, right? Is marketing stuff. But he said, like, if you have a hamburger stand and I have a hamburger stand, you can have any competitive advantage in the world and I'll still beat you if I can just have one. And they said, so he asked his students, you know, what would you want? And they said, well, I'd want, better meat, or I'd want, the secret sauce, or I'd want a great location, or some kind of thing to attract people to my stand. And he said, listen, I'll destroy all of you guys with one thing. And that one thing is a starving crowd. So the first question that I ask is, do I have a system in place to make offers to a starving crowd? And for me, I always love to find where the starving audience is. Where's the niche? Where's the opportunity in the marketplace? And I'll give you guys a couple of niches that I've identified throughout probably over the past year that we've made the most money from. So you guys can write these down if you want, and I'll show you guys some examples. Let's see here. So thing number one would be new construction. I absolutely love new construction as a niche. I feel like there's a lot of reasons why you can go dominate new construction. But new construction is a great niche. Anything that has to do with waterfront condos, waterfront property, water view, like all of that are great niches. I love that. Acre plus properties. Acre plus properties is a great niche. I love that niche. Let's see here. There's, I'll tell you right now, a good way to identify good people in the marketplace is leveraging affordability. So those are some examples on selection. Buyers buy based on two factors, selection and affordability. Affordability is a big concern. So one funnel that we run right now is just reduced properties. Literally, we run ads for, hey, go see all the recently reduced properties in XYZ market. And so that creates the perception of affordability. Okay. So I really like those handful of niches right now. And again, it comes back to the quality and the quantity of the offer that we make to those people. So for example, when we make an offer to new construction, you can give people access to all the new construction properties, but when you can make a secondary offer, and I recommend everybody who's focused on new construction, call 5 builders in your marketplace, talk to the reps, ask them if they have any incentive programs, create a 1-page document and say, hey, by the way, and this should go in a follow-up sequence, but it's like, hey, you want access to all the new construction properties? Here you go. And then, by the way, I just made a 1-page document with all the incentive programs that could save you up to $20,000 when buying a new construction property. Would you like me to send it to you? Right? That's a different type of an offer to leverage affordability with the new construction niche. So thing number one is nail the offers. The thing number two is converting cold traffic. I believe that in order to succeed and scale any business, you have to figure a way to turn strangers into clients. Most real estate agents struggle once they exhaust their sphere. They have trouble extending their sphere, either because they're scared to make the calls, they're scared to, or they have some type of reluctance when it comes to creating a system that's going to turn strangers into clients. The beautiful thing about the world that we live in now is we have things like social media where we can attract attention, we can produce content, we can leverage content marketing, which is the fourth phase, to build a massive database of people and then nurture them with content. The number one thing that we do right now in our real estate businesses is we believe in creating content. We believe in producing videos. We believe on producing videos on YouTube. And the simplest way to like really crush your database strategy, a lot of people are always asking for like the magic drip system or, what's the best campaigns to send to your database. If you just shoot YouTube videos consistently every week and you email your database, your YouTube videos, you will be blown away by the way that you can build relationships with them, because relationships are nothing more, or because, trust is simply,
shoot me your word
over time. So like the more time you spend with people, the more time people spend consuming your content, then the more they're going to know, like, and trust you and want to do business with you. And if you couple that with making offers to your database, so you're sending a video, making an offer, then that just tends to be a winning strategy. So let me kind of share some things with you guys and maybe let the rubber hit the road for you a little bit. So thing number one is just getting clear on some type of a strategy up front in order to attract clients. For us, I'm a marketing guy. I'm not a prospecting guy. I'm a marketing guy. I like to generate leads and I like to leverage systems to help convert those leads. So if we run, for example, ads advertising waterfront properties, the things that I generally know is that if we generate 100 leads, we're going to have 50 of them call, text, or email us based on our campaigns. Okay. And then out of those 50, we're going to talk to probably 30. Out of the 30 that we talk to, there's going to be 10 that we actually have decent conversations with. Out of the 10 that have decent conversations with and have somewhat of an interest, there's going to be 5 that are actually qualified. Out of the 5 that are actually qualified, there's going to be 1 or 2 that's actually ready, willing, and able to do something now. Okay. And so when I think about generating leads, I know that I got to generate 100 to get to the 1. And I'm cool with that because I'm cool with the systems that we have in place to make that happen. So I'll share my screen with you guys. I'm going to close this and let me share with you guys a quick little example of kind of like what I feel is like the winning formula here. Let me share this. Okay, I'm going to share this and it's going to look like Inception here for a second. And then we'll go over to, we'll go over to these folks right here. Okay. All right. So let me take this window out and make sure you guys can see. Okay. So can you guys see this little Facebook ad on my screen? Can you give me a thumbs up?
Family estate group. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I love this little couple here. So these are people that actually partnered with us at EXP. I guess it's almost been 2 years. So it's been probably about 18 months now. When they first partnered with us, they were moving from Portland, Oregon to Fresno, California. And they didn't know a single person. In fact, they were just working on getting their real estate license. So we had to kind of figure out an angle that they were going to use to make, to make offers in the marketplace. They wanted to get a funnel going and they wanted to build a system and be system dependent, not just people dependent. And so we basically decided that we were going to start just testing. Let's just test marketing marketing new construction properties. You guys focus on new construction. That's going to be your niche. Okay. You guys are going to become expert at that, because we're going to focus on this one thing. So they started with a budget of $10 a day. And for $10 a day, they were able to generate leads at about $3 per lead. So they're generating about 100 leads per month. Okay. From running an ad that looks exactly like this. This is literally the ad that they're running right now. So you guys can see it. There's nothing. This is my basic framework for ads. Real simple. Like, these new construction properties have to sell ASAP. Check out the incentives that are available to make these super affordable. Tap learn more button to get free instant access on Facebook. This kind of universal copy. And then they fill out a form, which then drops them into basically drops them into a pipeline. Okay. Now this is where systems matter. And this is where a funnel actually begins. Okay. Because once they have, we always want to have like some type of follow-up, automation that's working, to basically follow up with people. And I'll just pull this up. So you can see here, they've got about a 47% response rate to this contacting campaign. And this contacting campaign is just going to be a series of text messages, emails, things like that. But here's the one thing that I want to point out to you guys, and this is the dunk. Okay. This text that goes out right here, you can see here, this says, thanks for checking out our new construction properties. As promised, here's the direct link to all the new construction videos and our YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe for updates, price reductions, incentive programs, property tours, and more. And so what they do is send a link to their YouTube channel. This is a universal subscriber sequence for any new lead. Drive them to the YouTube channel. Drive them to the YouTube channel. Okay. I'm going to say it again. Drive them to your YouTube channel. They're going to go. You can send them to, you can deliver the promise for access to properties to your website. But if that's the only place you're sending them, that's not the place where they're going to go hang out. And they dang sure aren't going to develop a relationship with you by visiting your website. But if you drive them to your YouTube channel and you just literally show them simple videos, you can absolutely crush it. Absolutely crush it. Okay, so who knows this guy right here? Has anybody ever seen this guy right here? Let's see here. Yeah, you guys know who this guy is? Okay, so when Levi first partnered with us, it was the same thing. Now he's absolutely dominated YouTube, and you probably have seen a lot of people out there that crush YouTube. In fact, I've got Levi's pipeline pulled up here. If you look at Levi's pipeline, just from YouTube, you can see here that he's closed, this is in like 2 years, he's closed 3.7 million worth of contracts, 229 deals. He's got 23 pending right now, 628,000 in commissions pending, right? And you can see here, this is just from YouTube, okay, from one YouTube channel, okay? And there's a lot of people that get real excited about YouTube, and they think that they got to go be Levi Lassick. They think that they got to go be, have this big, amazing channel. And let me tell you something. Yes, go for it. You will absolutely murder it if you can be that, okay? But what I'm telling you guys is you don't have to have this amazing production. You don't have to have the Levi style, because here's what you don't know about Levi is that it took 7 months of producing videos, shooting videos three times a day, or excuse me, 3 videos a week before he ever got, a deal under contract. Okay. That's 7 months of content production. Okay. So that's one model, is just going all in on content. But I'm going to show you the hybrid that like a lot of our agents that we help use, which is, let's use lead generation. Let's use funnels. Let's make offers in the marketplace. And then let's build our database of leads just like we normally would, but let's nurture those leads with content to help to get conversions immediately. And then over time, you're building a content machine that will then produce leads. So what I'm saying is you can be like the Fams, okay? So the Fams YouTube channel looks a lot different than Levi's, okay? When James started shooting YouTube videos, he shot YouTube videos a lot of times like this, in like a jogging suit, a t-shirt. Like, this is not like $1 million listing agent stuff. Most of the time, I show people this because most of the time, if you watch any of his videos, his back's to the camera. It's him walking through the house, right? I mean, everything I scroll through is just, but the bottom line is that he's trying to add value. He's doing some property tours, and this thing has got 930 views. That's 930 people that he showed property to. Okay. And you can see here, even starting to get a little bit of traction in the comments. But here's the thing, like, this is not a huge YouTube channel. Their YouTube channel has 872 subscribers. They're getting better over time, but they started simply because they focused on one niche, new construction. Okay. We started generating leads. We ran one ad to generate leads. We paid $10 a day to generate leads. Okay. And those leads, dropped into a pipeline. Let's see here. I'm in the wrong one. Okay. So they got this. We drive them to the YouTube channel, but they drop into a pipeline, and you can see here. This is, I'd say that we're about 18 months in from just this one funnel, guys, spending $10 a day. Okay. 35 deals closed, 5 deals under contract. But here's the thing that I want to show you guys, because this is the important part. This is the dunk. Okay. In the beginning. Now, remember, these guys are in a brand new market. They don't know a single person. Okay. In the beginning, if you look at all of the closings, you can see the source, right? New construction lead, new construction lead, new construction lead, 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 right? So the leads, these are primarily coming from the leads that we were generating on Facebook. Lead, lead, lead. But now here, remember, guys, remember what they're doing every day or every weekend, they go out and just go tour 2 new construction properties and create a little piece of content. 2 new construction properties, create a little piece of content. And then what would they do when they created that little piece of content? They go home and they send an email to their database because they're starting to build a database, because they're generating leads, because they got a system that's putting offers into the marketplace. Okay. And so they're so now, and the videos look like this. When my boy James, you know, walking around in his tracksuit, right? Like it's not rocket science. In fact, his first videos are painful, but that's the point. Like, you don't even have to be intimidated, but you're adding value. And here's the thing, guys, if people watch your YouTube videos and they don't like you, they don't like the way you look, they don't like the way you talk, they weren't going to do business with you anyways. Okay. So it doesn't even matter.
Hey, Woods, real quick. Jacqueline's can we take some questions real quick, or do you want to wait till the end?
Yeah. Go ahead, Jacqueline. I'll take a quick question.
Go ahead, Jacqueline. Sorry,
So I have a question. And I apologize. I did have to jump in because I had an appointment earlier. Are you working directly with a builder, or are you just reaching out to them to see, hey, do you mind if I put your stuff online? Because I know here in Michigan, like, we aren't really, we have to have the permission of the seller if it's not our listing.
Here's the trick. Okay. The biggest thing is to go talk to the builders reps. I'd call 5 different builders in your marketplace, right? I'd call around to the different new construction communities. And here's the exact script that I would say. I'd say, I'd introduce myself. I'd say, hey, I have a lot of clients, reaching out to me about new construction, right? Because I'm generating all these leads that are coming in that want new construction. Okay. And I would say, hey, I have a lot of clients asking about new construction. I'd like to come do I'd like to, and then I would ask them if they have any incentive programs. I'd ask if they have inventory. I'd just ask information about the community. And in fact, it's even better if you go meet them in person. And then what I'd like to do is I say, this is the script I'd like to shoot a video tour for my out-of-state clients to post on my YouTube channel, and I get permission from them. So I'm always getting permission, but I'm always shooting a video for my out-of-state clients to post on my YouTube channel. And here's the thing. There'll be some time.
Do you ever do you ever actually sit with the builder during the videos and have them list the incentives, or you just do that separately yourself, and that's the reason you asked them for them?
Yeah, never. The incentives are more of like a lead magnet that we use like in a follow-up campaign, or maybe use for an ad. So we never have the builder on camera or anything. We're being the star. We're giving our, opinion and trying to add value, talking about the neighborhood. Like, you can go to one community and you can shoot, if they have 2 models, you can shoot, 3 videos, one for each model, one for the overall neighborhood. Right. And here's the thing is, like, what I've discovered is that a lot of these builders do not have solid SEO around their own product. And so you can actually own the floor plan name, the community name, right? Like, so now what happens over time, and this was kind of the point that I was going to make with James Pham and the Pham group, is that if you notice, while all these began as new construction leads, over time, you'll see what starts to happen. What you see that right there? What's that say?
YouTube.
Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, right? YouTube. Okay. So, and you can see here, YouTube chat, right? And then, so you can see here, it's not like all or nothing. Okay. The formula that we love, that we win with is, we put offers into the marketplace. We generate leads. Okay. But we produce content, and we nurture the leads with content. And the fact that we're producing content, it's almost like we feel an obligation to nurture. You got to nurture your database with something, right? In fact, I'd say the number one thing that real estate agents fail at is nurturing their database. Your database is either appreciating in value or it's depreciating in value based on your communication to it. YouTube videos are just the most phenomenal way that we found to just build the relationship. But we're building those little assets, those SEO assets that are, for us in the beginning, they're just meant to nurture our leads. But long term, they become their own little funnels. They become their own little lead magnets that start to produce leads organically. So I have somebody else that will never shoot a video. And over the same time period, they've closed like 12 deals because they'll never shoot a video. So they just convert the 1% of people that are ready, willing, and able to go from the leads they generate, but they're never going to build the long-term assets that then become productive for them. So this little formula of like, get an offer, get an angle, pick a niche, and then generate leads, then shoot content just to nurture the leads and get in the habit of freaking emailing the database consistently. Then let those organic videos start to become lead magnets in and of themselves. And let me tell you, this same process applies for agent attraction. In fact, when you do this process, the coolest thing about, the people that, that we teach and the people that we partnered with and worked with is that because these people now have done something and have a little story, and this is kind of the next process, is that now that they've had success with this funnel and, they're able to buy a house and go from zero to nothing, guess what now they can go do? Just like Levi now has his webinar teaching what he did, right? They have their webinar teaching what they did. Discover how we went from $0 to making $343,000 in less than 365 days by focusing on Facebook ads, YouTube, and Instagram in a brand new market, all without spending more than 4 hours a day in our real estate business, right? So now they can go teach exactly what they did, and this is now their lead magnet and their funnel for agent attraction. And that's the real big secret, guys. And that's one of the things that Chris and I talked about when we're out in Puerto Rico, is how do you take the things that you're doing to have success in your business and just freely share them with other agents in order to attract agents to want to, partner with you at EXP. And what I just shared with you guys is just a little microcosm into that world. And this is what we believe. This is what we do. This is what we're seeing have the most success. If you're my brother, my sister, my cousin, in 2023, what should I be doing? You should be finding like your high value niche that you want to focus on. You should be generating leads consistently. You should have a formula for that. We should be nurturing those leads with content, and we should have a system for that. And then that content ultimately is going to produce on its own, and we should be documenting the process so we can teach it to other people and start generating passive and leveraged income. And that's the beauty of this whole type of system. So that's how I view like funnels. It's really like just trying to figure out how can I freaking add as much value to somebody as possible, and then repeat that process as many times as possible. So I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, it is. Real quick here, Eric. I might have somebody, but Eric, Merrick, go ahead and answer your question, Eric.
Yeah, hey, I got a quick question. This was great. Thank you for this presentation. How do you do your target audiences on those Facebook campaigns? Are you uploading custom lists, or are you just going off of demographics?
So I'll tell you the gangster formula. Okay. So I'll give you the secret sauce. I'm not a Facebook ads like guru, but I spent a lot of money on it. I spent like 2.2 million on it not last year, year before last. So here's what I do right now. Okay. We do lead generation campaigns to a cold audience based on Facebook targeting. Okay. So if I'm targeting buyers, I might target people who are interested in realtor.com, people who are interested in Zillow, people who have interests, for homes.com. A lot of that's kind of standard stuff, and it'll give you suggestions when you set up an ad. Okay. But here's the important thing. I run lead ads to generate the lead on Facebook. See, what happened a little while ago is the iOS, the iPhone came out with a little update that kind of threw off some of the tracking. And now every time you download a app or something, it'll ask you a question and say, hey, do you want me to track you across, all the devices? And now you have the option to say no. Well, that kind of messes up some of Facebook's tracking a little bit. So what we do in the very beginning is we use Facebook's targeting to try to identify buyers or try to identify sellers. Okay. And that phase one for lead generation is simply, it's to generate leads for sure, but it's also to build an audience. Okay. Once we've generated 100 leads, you can then create what's called a lookalike audience based on everybody who filled out your form. Okay. Now that audience gets even a little more intelligent, and usually that can start to drive the lead cost down. Okay. But the real dunk and the real way that you crush the game is when as then we retarget everybody who has ever opened that form, regardless of whether they filled it out. And that retargeting is really where a lot of good things start to happen. So I'll share one quick example with you guys, and I'll share it on the agent attraction side, just because I think it's relevant. Now, this is somebody who's just marketing a free class to real estate agents, and so I'll just share my screen with you guys real quick. And this right here is okay. Window. Okay. There we go. Okay. Can everybody see this? I know it's kind of hard to see this kind of stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Can everybody see all this stuff on the page? I'll try to zoom in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. We can see it.
Okay. There we go. That should get us what we need. Okay. So this is the new campaign that's just running to like the Facebook interests, right? And you can see here, this was the campaign that we started out with. And that generated leads, 409 leads at $6.16. Okay. Now, once we had about 200 leads generated, we went ahead and created this lookalike audience that we're now starting to target. And now the cost per lead for that lookalike audience, because this is just built on everybody who filled out our form, meaning our leads, that cost is $2.41, right? So a little less expensive. But here's the real deal right here. This is the retargeting campaign that's just retargeting anybody who's interacted with our stuff. And you can see here our cost per lead is 75 cents for another 142 leads. Okay. So like, I really like those three audience. And again, I know this is kind of technical and I don't want to get too off the ranch here on you guys, but I want to add as much value to you as I can. And that's how I manage Facebook marketing audiences.
Did you get that, Eric?
Yeah, absolutely. That makes perfect sense. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
See,
yeah, you're welcome.
From a guy who gets that elevation, he gets it. For the rest of us, then we're kind of like this Bueller look. Yeah, I think the reality is that this is a new piece of a platform, right? Woods, you would say, as designed for lead generating. That's kind of essential to this era that we're in, right? This is not an era that we were in 20 years ago. This is now the era we are in, right? And so you have found a way to capitalize this and leverage it and scale it on this platform. And it's not in 45 minutes. Trust me, you're not. I was in there for 2 days. For how long was it? 8 to 5. We were in there, and I was still like, boom, like fire hose. But it was great content. So yeah, I mean, a lot of this stuff is extremely applicable. And it can be devised if you put the work in right now. That easier process in the long run, they'll just come flowing in, right? That's my assumption, right, Woods?
Yeah, and here's the thing, guys, is I would just say there's skills to be learned here. Okay, the skill that I'd say the most valuable skill that you can try to acquire right now is, number one, I would acquire the skill of lead generation. So I would learn how to attract strangers' attention. And then I would acquire the skill of content creation, meaning just if you were just going to pretend that you had to go that your sister called you and said, hey, I've got a 10th, I'm coming up on the deadline on this 1031 exchange, and I've got to buy a property. I want to buy the property in your market. Can you please go, send me some videos on, some houses or maybe some neighborhoods that I can look into? What would you say on that video that you were going to send to your sister? Right? Like it doesn't have to be this big produced thing like welcome to the the living in Honolulu channel and blah blah blah. Like, listen, that's great, and there's people that make that work, and that's obviously good content, but it can just be as authentic and simple as you touring properties, touring neighborhoods, and just producing that content and posting that content to YouTube. So at least you have something to email your database. You have something to send to clients. Let me tell you what. So I'll give you another little tip. You want a little practice? The next time you go show homes, okay, and let's say you're going to go tour 3 properties, tell your buyers, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, we're going to look at 3 homes today. Now, what I've discovered is that sometimes things can kind of get jumbled up. So as a service that I provide to you and to all the buyers, the clients that I represent, I'm going to take 5 minutes when we arrive at the property, after you guys take a look, and I'm going to do a video tour for you guys, and I'm going to post it to my YouTube channel and send it to you. So you guys will have a video tour documented of all the properties. Okay. Now, here's the difference in you. First of all, is that going to add value to your clients? Yes or no?
Yes.
Right. It's an additional 5 minutes added to your day that's going to put you in a position to shoot content. You can use the script when you call the listing agent, set the appointment. Hey, I'm excited to show to these buyers. Hey, while I'm there, I also want to shoot a quick video tour and post it to my YouTube channel for my out-of-state clients, right? To get the permission. And the reality is, sometimes out of all the people who've ever done this, I've only had one person who has had a seller call them and ask them to take the video down. Okay. But that right there. And then what happens when they go home? Hey, Sally, what'd you guys do yesterday? Oh, we looked at houses. Oh, did you see anything you liked? Well, and they've got 3 YouTube links from you. People will send other people YouTube links. People will watch YouTube videos. People will spend time with you on YouTube. It's a hack to build relationship fast. So I would just really try to nail that down in your business. And as you learn that skill in your business, you can learn that skill for agent attraction as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. What a good idea, though. Actually, if you showed up a little earlier, right, before your buyers to show the house, you could spend a few
100%.
minutes before they even show up, right, and do the video tutorial. What a good idea.
I like that even better. Yeah.
Yeah. Michelle and Eric, whoever wants to go first, you guys had questions. I think Michelle had her first.
Yes, I'm with Michelle. This is Vanina Davis. You have a marketing company, right? So would we hire your company to build the funnel? Because I'm not able to do that.
Yeah. So I currently don't have a marketing company that you could hire to build the funnel. This is just something that we do for our partners at EXP. But we're working on something that we could share maybe some resources with you, and I can get with Chris that could maybe share some resources with you guys after.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
That's a good point. Good point, Brand. I think Wood's point is too that Jay Cater, his son Braden, who in KV Core does do funnels, right?
100%.
Yeah, and it's
trained
working.
Braden. Yeah, I trained Braden on all like the exact ads and stuff that I showed you guys. I trained Braden on that exact system. He uses my exact follow-up campaigns. Yeah. Now here's what you got to do on your part though. Again, you can just do the lead generation stuff up front and get the 1% conversion, right? But if you do the content and the videos on the back and you email the database and you learn that system, that's where the whole game changes. In fact, the difference in the conversations that you will have with leads after you've sent them YouTube videos, after they've consumed YouTube videos of you, versus if they've never talked to you and don't know you from Adam or Eve, it's dramatically different. You're positioned with authority. You're positioned, completely different. They've already spent time with you.
Yeah, totally.
Thank
So
you.
I spent the 2 days in Puerto Rico to take on this concept for my agent attraction, obviously. So that's where I'm going to be designing this and hooking it up. So it was very insightful. Eric, question again.
Yeah, something maybe obvious, but I know there's a lot of mostly everybody's EXP on here. Are you sending that Facebook form directly to squeeze pages or landing pages in KV Core, or are you kind of using Facebook?
I use the Facebook. I want the Facebook lead form because I want the data in Facebook. I want the conversion to happen in Facebook. It's easy to see the cost per lead. It's just easier to track. You can optimize for lead generation. When you optimize for lead generation, using their lead form is just always going to get the best result. But then we just send them to your KV Core landing page as the result. So for example, they opt in for access to all the new construction properties. We're going to trigger a campaign that's, first of all, once they enter their information, they can click the button and go straight to the page, right? The landing page, just with the selection of new construction funnel or new construction properties. And then we're going to send them an immediate email, text message as promised. This, by the way, I really like this language. This is another little tip for you guys. It's a writer downer. When you send a text message immediately after somebody opts in as a lead to get your stuff, always say as promised. As promised. Here's access to all the thing that you asked for, right? And then we can send a secondary email. By the way, right? I also made a one-page document with all the incentives for you. Would you like that? Right? By the way, how many bedrooms, bathrooms are you looking for? By the way, right now we tee up the rest of the conversation, but we always start with as promised. I'm fulfilling my promise.
I love it. Well, that engages trust too, right? You're building the trust, right? If you say you're going to do something, follow through. If you follow through, that starts to elaborate and build on the trust factor that they know they can rely on you, right? For all things moving forward.
Well, listen, Chris, I have a hard stop.
Yeah, I know. I
love you. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate all you guys and all your attention. I hope this was valuable. Let Chris know. And, if you guys want to meet again some other time, I'd be more than happy to jump back on another time and help you guys as much as I can.
Woods, I appreciate you taking your time. I know you got a lot going on, so thank you very much. And I'm very humbled and grateful to have you guys part of our organization, man, our group. This is what EXP is about again, right?
Absolutely.
Thank you again, Woods.
All right. See you guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So moving forward, you guys, look forward to you guys seeing. Just FYI, again, we got EXP Explained on Thursday, 9, 11, and 2. That's available. You got to know more about the model. Feel free to jump on that. Or if you have guests that are interested in EXP, throw them on that. Let me leverage that. I will do the heavy lifting for you guys. Send them to the meeting. I will do all the talking and all the answer questions. So that alleviates that from you guys off of your plate. But yeah, this is definitely something if you guys want to know more about. Again, this is like a fire hose for you guys. I'm sure a lot of you guys are probably thinking, what the hell will we funnel? Is that a tornado? I get it. That was where I was for 2 days. So there's a lot of it we can do. I mean, maybe we can even I know Eric, you're really good at this stuff too. It's kind of your little forte. This is your little angle. Dylan, you're good at this too. This is your guys' little forte, your arena. Maybe if we wanted to have another extended, in-depth potential of hey, maybe we can break it down into smaller nuggets, right? Like step 1, and this is what you would do, right? Because there's a lot. It's literally so much information for those. So I hope this was valuable. Try to bring the content for you guys, but
we can do a super dumbed down, simple version too, right? Just post property websites or landing pages on Facebook and boost it. That's all you got to do. Goes to your KV Core, you generate leads that way. This is high level stuff, but there's white belt stuff we can do too. So
yep, totally. We can start crawling before we walk. We can do these little basic stuff, these fundamentals, and build that. Then if you're ready to the next step, boom, we can bring people back on again. Okay, let's take this to the next level and the next level, right? They obviously haven't figured out. Reese and Woods, those guys got it figured out on a level that is beyond even my spectrum. So, but it's working, right?
The priority is though, if you don't have content to send afterwards in a smart campaign, generating the leads is a waste of time. So that's got to be your priority, is to what happens after the lead hits your system, having a intelligent, valuable campaign that reaches out to them, and not just the automated stuff that's built into KV Core. So
yeah, makes sense. Well, maybe we can talk about that. Maybe like post, what happens after you get that? What does that dialogue look like? Maybe that might be something we can talk about.
Yeah.
If you guys open that. Anyways, all right. Having a magnificent week. You guys in Maui, enjoy yourself. Everybody else, go crush it. Oh, Doug, do you have a question real quick, buddy?
Yeah, Chris, just real quick. I put a name in there, and I don't know, Dylan, if you ever heard of Grant Wise, but he implements this entire system. I spent a couple weeks in Bentonville, Arkansas learning it. And then of course I just procrastinated and never put it together, but he's got an entire system that will build landing pages that will, if you want to do your sphere of influence as your audience, it'll capitalize on that. If you want to go out and get them off of Facebook, kind of what he was talking about, it'll go out and do that. So if you're lazy, like me, he's got an entire thing that's exactly what that he'll put it all together. I mean, complete. And then of course there's always scales, right? If you want to spend a little bit more money, you can have your own rep, and they'll customize it and do everything, so you literally don't have to do a damn thing. So depends on what your budget is, but they'll teach you how to do it, or they'll do it for you.
Quick question. I missed that. Who teaches you that? Because I want to know exactly how to do this.
Grant, was that Grant Wise?
Yep.
You said?
Yeah, Grant Wise, and the program that he uses, or the system that he designed to do it, is called Whitley, WITLY.
It doesn't integrate with KV Core though. That's the downside. So if you have an expectation to have it integrate KV Core,
can you spell that?
Gotcha, Dylan.
Can you spell that?
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, WITLY, and then Grant Wise, WISE. I did put it in the chat. I just didn't know if somebody wanted to.
Yeah.
If you wanted someone to do it for you, he's the person that could set it up. But Dylan, I thought he had a workaround for that. So if he hasn't got it done,
maybe it's changed. But I did get a call with them recently, and yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
You got to have a follow-up boss or one of those other CRMs.
Yeah, well, if you're gonna do the EFP luxury, you're gonna get a 20% discount on follow-up boss. If that's something that you want to, if you're going that route anyway. For some of us that are, if you're gonna go that route, then that would kind of take care of that or bridge that gap.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. And KV Core does do the funnels. So like I said, Jay Kinder and his son are using the KV Core and the funnels, as you bet, Brandy. So and they both said that at the event, because they use Attract ROI. I guess that is something that I guess Michael Reese and them kind of created Attract ROI, and that's integrated for them on that. But Jay Kinder and his son are using the KV Core, and it works just fine. So they were not like handcuffed to that by any means. So awesome, guys. Linda, do you have a question?
Real quick, is this the same link for all of the trainings during the week?
No. So if you go into the classroom and the Google Classroom under class work, every class is in there. Monday scripts, Tuesday C meeting, Thursday's EXP explained. Every one of them has a different link, and you can share those links with anybody that wants to come.
Perfect. Thank you.
Awesome. You're welcome. Okay. You guys have an amazing day. Go crush it. Love you all. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
And we'll see you guys all next week.
Okay. Thank you.
Awesome. Hey, Ross. See you guys.
Bye-bye.